What is going on, everybody? It is Saints Fan, and today we got some awesome news from 4J Studios. Not only do we have actual gameplay from 1.8, but we also have 4 new screenshots. So let's not waste any time and let's get started. So obviously the first picture here is a bunch of chickens surrounded by a fence, which I'm going to get more into that in a minute. But as you see on the right side of the screen, there's the raw chicken meat, which is what they drop obviously when you kill them, and then when you cook that, on the left you'll see it becomes cooked chicken meat, and it acts the same way as steak from a cow would. So that's pretty cool to see. And also, if you see in the inventory, he has 12 melons, and I'll get more into that in one of the later pictures. But one thing about the fencing is kind of caught my eye, is that possibly this could be animal breeding into the actual Xbox version, and they never really announced it. But this could be my guess that they actually have it, because why else would they have them surrounded by fences and so many in one spot? So leave your thoughts below if you actually think that animal breeding is going to be in this update or not. So moving on into the next picture, obviously you see there's a bunch of zombie flesh everywhere, which is obviously what zombies drop now. But an interesting thing to note about this picture is that in the bottom left you'll see if you hit X he goes into creative mode, and you also notice that his health bar and the drumsticks aren't actually there. And obviously, when you're in creative mode, you can fly, so maybe the picture at the top left indicates he's in flying mode, which would make sense because it doesn't appear that he's crouching. Now, another thing about this picture is that if you notice the chest in his inventory and also the chest in the back right of the picture, they look a little bit smaller, so this seems to be that they're moving with the smaller looking chests that actually open up, unlike the ones in the previous version. Now on to the third picture, you'll notice that this guy is actually in an NPC village, and just like the last picture in the top left, he also has a little icon which appears to be that he's flying. But what's interesting about this one is that he's not actually in creative mode, because it says crafting at the bottom left, and his hunger bar and health bar are still there. So I'm not really sure what that's about. Leave in the comments below if you know, but your guess is as good as mine at this point in time. Now another thing, obviously you see some melons, some melon slices, and if you look really closely on the melon in the middle right of the screen, you'll actually see melon seeds. So maybe if you want to full screen the video going 720p, you might actually be able to get to see them too. And another thing which is really cool, because this wasn't really supposed to happen until the 1.2 update, is that if you look in the bottom middle on the guy's inventory, there's actually 31 apples. So usually apples you just get by hitting some leaves in the tree and they will fall down, so that's pretty cool to see as well. And then finally, moving into the last picture that they released, there's actually a few little items right here. You'll see some melon slices, the steak, the stuff the pig drops, I forget what it's called, pork chops, whatever. And then if you look in the inventory, he's actually obviously he's also in creative mode, because he has a grass block in his inventory, plus it says creative bottom left, and there's no health bar and drumsticks. But on the right of the screen, obviously you'll see the new stone bricks along with the new iron fences on top of the actual bricks themselves. So that's pretty cool to see. And then the last thing I've noticed from this picture is that you can actually now put pressure plates on top of wooden fences to make look-alike tables for your room. I know you couldn't do that before, so now let's get on to the video and see what that's all about. So finally we have actual game footage of the 1.82 update, and as you'll see at the start out, with a giant sign and possibly the tutorial world or the new tutorial world, so that's pretty cool to see. And also this video obviously is in slow motion, so if you actually want to see the entire thing, or the thing not in slow motion, want to see it full speed, click on the link on the screen or in the description below. But get into the thing. Obviously you see this guy's trapped in some spider webs, and one of the pro tips that I will give if you subscribe and when this update comes out, is that you can use your sword to actually break the cobwebs a lot faster than you can any other tool in the game. So if you ever get stuck, pro tip right there. But as you see, he jumps into a little cave with the new cave spider, and if you look closely, it's kind of hard to see because it's dark, but the thing obviously has a blue tint, and if you look on his hearts, it actually poisons them. So watch out when you're dealing with cave spiders that will poison you and decrease your health. Now the next thing we have is silverfish, and if you notice, this guy's obviously in a stronghold, because obviously in strongholds are the only place underground where you can get the stone bricks. But as you see, silverfish, they're not really that bad to to kill, but they're like little trolls pretty much. They just like to hide in the bricks, so you gotta be on your feet and all that stuff when you're down there in mines and stuff like that. So then finally the last thing, Enderman, and Endermen are a little bit tricky because if you look at them, they attack you. If you don't look at them, you're pretty much fine. So another little pro tip: don't actually look at Endermen if you're going at nighttime. Just look down. You know, try to do anything in your power to not look at them, because when you do look at them, obviously they will teleport, and they're really tough to kill when they start teleporting all around you. And you know, it's almost like playing Black Ops. If y'all are familiar with that, you know, you'd be shooting a guy and all of a sudden he just teleports because the connection's so bad, and you get knifed. So not really fun. But another thing you'll notice is that this guy actually has a fence gate in his inventory, and you'll see the pulling back animation of the bow. So those are pretty cool things that they're adding. So that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and you thought it was helpful, also give it a thumbs up. And make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the button in the top left, or hit the little icon on the top right of the video, and so you don't miss out on any other news or anything else. And also, when this does come out, I want to say this real quick: we'll be going on a treasure hunt. Not really sure how I'm gonna pick the subs to do that, but I'm gonna be going on a treasure hunt to find all the secret chests in the actual tutorial world. So stick around for that, and it should be pretty fun.